I think if you are not invested in Bitcoin, you are severely missing out because it doesn't matter what time you buy in, you are always going to win if you hodl to the end. Let's take a look at the charts because I started buying in around 2021 to 2022 when there was max FUD, max fear, right? Bitcoin's going to zero, it's not worth anything, blah, blah, blah. It went from, I think at this point, I made my first account on this exchange called CoinSpot, which is an Australian crypto exchange, but it piggybacks off of like Binance or something, right? So I made my first account on CoinSpot in November 2021, right? And I've been just constantly buying in, no matter the price. I've been basically dollar cost averaging, no matter the price, into Bitcoin, all the way till it was at around 19,000, right? I've always believed in Bitcoin because of the fact that, well, I was young, right? Truth to be told, I was under 18. I could not create an account to buy into stocks or ETFs for that matter. Crypto was the only asset that I could legally buy in Australia, which is why I first invested in Bitcoin, right? And as you can tell, in the end, Bitcoin skyrocketed to 126,000, topped out, and then it pulled back a little bit to 86,000. 88 to currently it's at 87,000. So 87 to 88,000, right? And at this point, as of right now, we don't know where Bitcoin's going to go. It could either pull out a 2021 move and go, dip 66% from its all-time high, or it can bounce from here and keep skyrocketing forward. We don't know. And the point is that it doesn't matter because in the end, if you hodl, right, if you buy spot Bitcoin with no margin play, with no leverages, no futures, no derivatives, no Bitcoin perpetuals, none of that, just spot, just dollar cost average, you are going to win in the end. Now, obviously, this account is for a different purpose, but I just want to say that if you're not buying Bitcoin, you are severely missing out on the future because this here is the future. It may not act as a currency because stable coins are going to be doing that. Stable coins are going to be acting as currency, but this is probably going to be the hottest property in the next 5. It's already the hottest property, probably actually, right? But it's going to be even hotter in the next 10 years, 15 years, whatever it is. You need to have a long time frame, right? At least 5 years plus, because look what happened from 2020 to 2025, right? It skyrocketed. It fucking went to the moon. And if you look what happened from 2017 to 2021, right? It skyrocketed even more. So in my opinion, if you're not invested in Bitcoin, you are severely missing out because 1, it is a future. 2, it is secure. Unlike what people say. People say like quantum computing is going to crack Bitcoin or whatever, but that's still years and years and years away. And I doubt they're going to do that because quantum computers, what can they do actually? Maybe they can count to 1 trillion very, very fast. Apart from that, I don't know what are their use cases. They're pretty useless. Now, the reason why Bitcoin is such a good asset to hold is because over the long run, everything depreciates against Bitcoin. If you take a look at houses are appreciating against the dollar. But when you pair it up against Bitcoin, houses are depreciating. Okay, quick intermission there. I had to stop recording for a little bit. Something happened. But all I'm saying is we don't know what's going to happen at this current price action. It might go up, it might go down. Chances are it might go down, but we never know. Because if it does go up, you're going to miss out. Right? So you might as well start dollar cost averaging now than later, because in the instance that it does go up, you're gonna miss out. But in the instance that it does go down, congrats, you held out and you bought in at a good time. But in the end, it doesn't really matter, because if you hold Bitcoin, you're gonna win in the end. So it doesn't really matter. But I'll probably leave it at that. And before I go, I'll introduce myself a little bit. I am the director of Compliance Compass. And what we do is that we help people that have a little bit more obscure jurisdictions in terms of their business set up offshore companies in places that are more tax friendly in order to reduce your taxes. So that's just a little bit about myself, all right, and my background. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'll make another video tomorrow detailing more about what's gonna happen to Bitcoin and about myself. So if you're interested, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.